picking up that victory to start off the day. We appreciate all of your support from home. Again, you can chime in with us online at CO Combat Club. You can also reach out to me directly at Comments for the Peanut Gallery. Folks, we have a treat for you for our next fight. We have a battle of a couple of ladies who have been hard at work, ready to come out here and put their skills on display in a kickboxing bout. We have, coming out of Merck's in Colorado Springs, we have Catherine Balay, or Katie, we should say. We have Katie Balay coming in. She's 24 years old. She's a freestyle fighter. This is her debut, but she does have a long, lengthy experience of history within martial arts. She is, I believe, a 4th degree black belt in karate. So she's got a lot of striking experience. This is just her first time in this sort of arena for mixed or for martial arts combat, I should say.
Yeah, and it looks like she has Adam Vigil in the corner. So it's a lot of experience there for her. Adam Vigil is a current Fury FC middleweight champion.
Yes, sir. That Merck's crew in Colorado Springs, they're always ready to throw down. Southern Colorado in general, you know, I got to show some love to the roots down there in Soco, that 719 footprint.
I'm excited for this fight. This one's going to be a good one.
Some of Katie's training partners for this fight were the Mandala brothers. Coconut, he was a veteran of the Colorado Combat Club cage for us, fought the now UFC roster signee in Luis Gurley, right here in this cage, in this arena. You know, if you know one thing about the Mandala brothers, though, is those guys are gamers. Like, I mean, when you think about like Hawaiian scrappas, like top scrappas, those are those two brothers right there. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter where. You give us a name, you tell us let's bang, let's go. That's who they are. I respect the hell out of those two guys for always being willing to step up to any challenge that's presented their way.
Hey, same here. I've seen some of their fights, and man, they bang. They're definitely very game fighters, and they're always exciting to watch. So definitely respect to both of them.
Absolutely. And now, making her way to the cage, we have Faith Phillips. Faith Phillips, representing Genesis Training Academy, doing her strength and conditioning out of Barwis, Colorado. She fancies herself a Muay Thai fighter. She is also making her debut today. She's being cornered by Mike Schultz as well as Alejandro Ayala. You probably have some good insight on Faith.
Yeah, so she's training with Mike Schultz, who's fought for a 5280 before, and he's a very good kickboxer, so I'm sure Faith's going to come in here prepared and ready for war.
Absolutely. This is going to be a couple of who, you know, they're both making their debut. I expect to see some early energy, or some early nervous energy, I should say. But once they settle in, they both train with experienced fighters. Maybe it turns into a brawl. You can never forecast it when it's two people this early on, but maybe they settle in and, you know, they figure out what their technical aspects are. I don't know about you, but in my experience, a lot of times with women fighters, they will typically be, they'll get to their technique quicker than guys will. Because guys will resort to ego, and guys a lot of times will want to just bite down and brawl. And they'll use that athleticism, the strength, the aggression, and those things. Whereas I feel like in a lot of senses, and this is just anecdotal as well as observational, women don't have those athletic advantages, and they're training mostly with men. So they have to rely on their technique. So they're willing to go to those technical tools earlier on than say maybe if you just like, all right, dude, we're going to bang. All right, let's bang. Instead of thinking, all right, let me reset, let me find my footwork, let me find my angles, and let's go about this tactically.
For sure, man.
Is that fair?
For sure. I would agree with that, and we're going to see what these ladies do here shortly. I know that Faith's been training with Schultz, sparring with him, and the rest of the guys at Genesis, and we have Tawny, who's fought very, very talented striker as well. I know she's been training with her, so even though she's a debut, she's going to come in here with a good amount of experience from the gym.
Certainly, and she came into weigh-ins yesterday with BYB champion, bare knuckle boxing champion Courtney Cameron, so a lot of experienced fighters in the process that she's mixing it up.
For sure.
Okay, ladies, I expect a clean and fair fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Questions out of the blue corner. Questions out of the red corner. Touch gloves, ladies.
here we go.
Third man in there today. Tim, if he dies, Mills.
Oh, Faith coming out fast. Oh,
big left hand.
Nice
right
kicks by Katie.
I expect a lot of balance from Katie in the process.
Yeah, Katie looks like, oh, she likes to spin. Nice spinning back fist there. Nice low kick by Faith. These ladies are getting after it. Oh.
Throwing down right away.
Yes. Oh.
Faith is doing a great job of holding the center so far.
Yeah. Katie has these nice side kicks and those spinning attacks. She's using that side kick pretty well to keep a little bit of distance, but Faith is just putting the pressure on. Nice cross. Nice low kick by Faith. Oh.
Thank you, Gary.
Nice low kick by Faith again. These ladies are getting after it.
Yeah, and this is one where I think that we might see a little bit more of an adrenaline dump because they have wasted zero time, and I feel like they've been in the red.
Yeah.
Heart rate red line.
Oh,
big high kick from Katie. And return from Faith Phillips.
These
ladies rocked each other. Katie's trying to shake it off.
These ladies are banging. She got rocked with a head kick and then turned around and rocked her with a straight cross. Both these ladies are very tough.
Faith is starting to draw big reactions, though, out of Katie in the process.
Yeah.
That's usually an indicator that there's been some that's landed.
For sure. Another close round.
Very, very tight round back and forth that could be scored either direction. I mean, if we're talking damage being one of the top criterias as a whole, there was damage done on both sides.
Yeah.
They both cracked the hell out of each other.
Yeah. Katie landed a nice high kick that seemed to stagger Faith a little bit, but Faith came right back with a straight cross and staggered Katie. So I mean, that's a tough round to call.
Absolutely. It's always interesting too the difference of approaches in the corners or how fighters choose to go about it. Some you don't really care. Some people, hey, I need to sit on the stool. Some are I want to stand. I don't want to get up. Some, if you're Alexei Oleinik, you prefer laying on your mat or laying on your back with your legs up against the fence.
I forgot about that. That's true.
So it's just always interesting to see how everyone is different. Your preference is different.
Yeah.
Some guys like to look out to the fence versus looking out into the cage. So many little individual nuances to the game.
Definitely. Curious to know what the corners told them to do, but they're right back into it. It seems like Faith's game plan is a lot of pressure. And she's marching with knees, throwing a lot of strikes.
Your pressure's working great for her in most cases, but when she's getting hurt, it is kind of based off of, I don't want to say reckless pressure, but relentless pressure maybe at times where she leaves herself open. She's leaving herself open to a counter.
Oh, this is not MMA.
That was foul.
Yeah, and sometimes you get that with debuts, you know. They've never fought before. The adrenaline's kind of pumping. It happens.
Yeah, she's a karate girl. She might have watched Karate Combat here in Denver last night. You know, throwing some trying to give a benefit here.
Yeah.
But you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I mean, this either needs to be a hard warning, or possibly a point deduction because she did hit her on the ground clean. I didn't
Sounds
hear.
like he's not taking a point, a stern warning.
Okay. I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, it's tough.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call. And, you know, with this being 2 debuts, you know, cut him a little bit of slack. But, you know, when you get in here, you know the rules. You got to control your weapons.
Absolutely. You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's on you to own your weapons. You know, hopefully it's not something that compromises Faith going forward in the fight.
Yeah. I think she'll be okay. She's tough. I mean, she's
probably more of a mental reset than anything.
Yeah, I think it surprised her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we're not justifying it by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But it was big gloves.
Yeah.
And she didn't follow like she pulled halfway through. Contact was still made.
Yeah.
So again, we're not saying that there wasn't a strike thrown, any of that, but pulled big gloves. Hopefully, it didn't at least compromise her efforts.
Yeah, hopefully.
Trying to bring balance across here.
Yeah, yeah. If they were a little more experienced, I would say for sure take a point away. But with it being a debut, I mean, you can kind of let it go. But it looks like the doctor's coming in here.
Might be a little bit more precautionary than anything.
Yeah.
Doc Alex, one of the best in the business in the entire world for the fight game.
For sure. And he was actually at the Karate Combat fights yesterday, so. I think Katie might want to try for MMA for the next one.
Probably the logical next step. You know, I mean, for a lot of these fighters, right? Like this is.
Oh, wow.
And they're waving it off.
Wow.
Oh, that is a little mouse above the
Yeah, I didn't see that, but it looks like, it was a little more significant than.
You know, it makes me wonder, though, that's not going to mouse up from a big glove. On the follow-through, did an elbow touch.
Yeah, her head did bounce off the canvas a little bit, but, yeah, apparently it was a lot worse than what it looked.
From my vantage point, it looks like the focus has been more on the swelling on the eye, around the eye. So and then there was a couple of those back fists thrown too. I mean,
yeah.
Was there potentially bone that catches versus glove?
Yeah, definitely, and that happens all the time.
It's something that it's a fight, right?
Yeah. One of my guys that was fighting on Karate Combat, actually, he got hit with the spinning back fist and the part of the forearm hit. You know, which is a lot more devastating than the glove hitting.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate that the fight came to an end like that because they were actually getting after it. It was exciting. It was a great fight.
Yeah, hey, you hate to see a fight end prematurely in that sense, but ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a debut fight between the two of them, and if we have one fighter whose health and safety is compromised, I trust Doc Alex's judgment.
Yeah, definitely. Doc Alex is one of the best in the game.
We want both of these ladies to be able to make the walk again and fight again. If it's not something that is necessary, you know what I mean? Like this is a debut fight for them. This is not all due respect to the event and the stage that they're on. This is not for a multi-million-dollar prize.
Yeah,
as far as the purse goes. This is not for a world championship. This is an amateur bout. Let them go heal up so that they can go about and continue to get back in the ring.
I agree with you. I mean, this is just an amateur fight, and it's a debut.
41 seconds in the second round. Hey!
Okay, so it's a DQ. I mean, which makes sense. I mean, it was an illegal shot. Maybe these ladies will run it back, you know?
I will be the first one to tell you that if they want to run that matchup back, sign me up.
Yeah, it was exciting. I loved it. They